Here's the whole crew.
Yeah, we're not supposed to smile, gentlemen.
Serious time. That's it.
Since it went off, it gave him some protection, not much. Usually blew his hands and arms off when it went. He was dead, but anyway. Right. These are the three types of projectiles it fired. This was a solid shot, yes, and was strapped onto a wooden sabot. The wooden sabot had a cloth bag on the back of it. It was full of powder. It took 1 pound of powder to fire the 6-pounder. And it would use that for against massed troops in a line, or against horses that were pulling wagons or cannons, or against the cannon to try to knock the wheels, spokes out of the wheels so it would collapse and become non-usable. The other type was an exploding shell. You could set the fuse for anywhere from one
HE. They had HE rounds for the cannon.
Well, they had shrapnel. I don't know about the HE part. The high explosive, it did explode. It formed shrapnel, and that would shower the troops and hopefully kill a bunch of Yankees. And then the last one, the Yankees got within about anywhere from 400 to 600 yards. They break out this big. Yeah, they called it a canister because obviously it was in a can with 54 round metal balls in here, being powdered by the same 1 pound charge. It turned the cannon into one giant shotgun.
Wow.
It would take them down by the focus.
I wouldn't want to be on the end of that.
Right.
I don't think anybody would.
Yeah. When the ammunition was rammed in with one of these rammers, the head of which is here, then the number 3 man would puncture the friction primer, or rather puncture the bag by dropping that in. It would go into this one of those bags, depending on what shot it was in.
Hey, did we pack new bags?
After that, the lanyard was
Sierra grabbed
attached.
the bag of what was out, which was good.
This is the lanyard, and it was attached to a friction primer. Friction primer was a brass tube. It had powder in it back here. It had a wire sticking in it that was serrated on the end. And in the top part of it here was fulminate of mercury. Now that's the same compound that you would use or you have in a match that you can strike anywhere. So when this is pulled out, it ignites that powder that's in here, which is at that point sitting here, and it flashes down and hits the pound of powder, boom. That is pulled by the lanyard, which is this instrument, so that the number 4 man that's standing about there won't be run over by the gun when it runs by. Which they recoiled anywhere from on a ground like this, it'd be 6 to maybe 10 feet. So you didn't want to be behind a gun when it went off either.
No.
Right. Now they actually aim the gun with this device. It's called a pendulum off-sight. You can understand why they called it pendulum, because it had a weight at the end. It's measured off in 5 degrees, up to 5 degrees, 0 to 5. And it's set in this mount in the back, and depending on the yardage you want to fire, you have a table of fire in the limber, in the back of the limber there, and you can say it's 1 degree, and travel 600 yards, whatever. And you can thus gauge where your shells are firing and hitting and so forth. This whole rig was hooked together. The cannon trail here, you notice, has a big donut-shaped thing called a net at the back. And on the back end of the limber, there's a pinnacle hook. that would drop over and the pin that goes through. And instead of the sign there that says Washington Artillery, there would be 6 horses that would take this from one spot to another.
6?
Yeah. 6 horsepower.
At the latter part of the war, they were down to about 4. During the war, they killed over 1,300,000 horses. Because that was the easiest way to stop an army from moving. Shoot
Take their
into the
horsepower and they
horses,
can't go
yeah, the
anywhere.
horse drops dead, and they've got to go cut him out, and either put another horse in or try to move it with whatever's left of the team. During the war, there were casualties of well over 750,000. That's more than all the casualties of the Revolutionary War against Britain. War of 1812, also against Britain. War of Spanish-American War. World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the Mideast wars that we've been in. We had all of those casualties up, and it would not come up to the casualties in the War of Northern Aggression, incorrectly called Civil War. They invaded us, and we didn't invade them. Another interesting fact that you probably never hear, although we were outnumbered 3 to 1, and according to the textbooks you see in school, there was a big flush of blacks that joined the Northern Army. Well, in the state of Tennessee alone, there were 6,000 free black men that fought for the South. That's not, driving a wagon train. That's with a rifle in there with everybody else.
Yeah, Forest Cavalry, right? It was Forest Cavalry had a lot of blacks in it.
Right. That was 6,000 that had qualified for a pension after the war by the state of Tennessee, and all southern states did that. And in order to qualify, you couldn't own any land or have a steady job. So there were 6,000, no telling how many actually served. So we were outnumbered 3 to 1. We killed in battle about 350,000 Yankees as they came south. The largest killer during the war was probably smallpox or measles.
Yep.
Malaria?
And that too. Yep. But the casualties were really horrendous. Medicine back then, they didn't have aspirin. They either could knock you out if they had some kind of anesthesia, but most of the time the Confederacy didn't. And so they amputated a lot of times without any anesthesia. It's been tough. Somebody cut your leg off because it was starting to be gangrene.
We have got to get back to us. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.